MU is reporting at 4 p.m. Eastern today. We got them. I'm on the on deck. That is for sure. Ooh, there's Brian. We can even bring Brian up here. I'll hide my ugly face.
No, don't do that. Can't have three on the screen. Oh, okay. All right.
Jared was talking about Neo on the reversal, and I was tempted to take it, but I was focused on AMD. It's too bad. It would have been a good reversal there off of the high that it set at 21.10. 21. What is the high actually? 21.12. The palindrome.
All right. Well, we're just keeping an eye on the SPY right now. Eye on the SPY. Just to see, it's just chugging, it's just chomping away at the VWAP here.
Bobby, we love everybody on YouTube. Even if apparently there is one person who just jumps in and dislikes us the second we open the channel. Happens every day. Yeah, well, I notice it every day. Like before, as soon as I call it up, it's like there's already a dislike. I'm like, oh, well, then why are you here every day?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I know. All right, well, I guess.
I think it's somebody that traded a low float and lost all their money.
Well, they shouldn't hate us. We tell you not to.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time. Yeah. How many times do I have to repeat that? Yeah. Yeah. Well, what can you do? Sometimes it is what it is. But as I say, the opposite of love isn't actually hate because they're both strong emotions. The opposite of love is apathy. So if they really, if they really just, didn't show up, then I get it.
Yeah. Well, the only other alternative is it's a jilted lover from one of the three of us. So take your pick.
Based on the fact that any other answer may incriminate me, I'll say it's not me.
Yeah, it's not me either.
Well, I guess that only leaves one of us.
Exactly. And Mike, you weren't fast enough.
Well, you got this, the military background. Who knows what happens? What happens on deployment.
Yep. Don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, well, that's actually a different military thing, and we don't subscribe to that anymore.
No. So we're getting a bit of a pop back here on the SPY, even though the moving averages did cross to the downside.
Jared, I don't want to know how you can tell that, but
yeah,
Jared decided you're the gigolo of the group there, Brian. So I think I think you should actually be proud of that.
Yeah. I think I'm too old to be that.
You're too old? You're too old to gigolo anymore?
Yeah. That's putting me in mind of that song, obviously.
Yes, indeed.
The Van Halen song. Well, yeah. Well, it was up big yesterday on that news. Beyond's turned into a bit of a chop fest.
I've had quite a few trades that I've seen that I can't actually tell you why I didn't take them, but there's some good stuff out there. Considering a day when we started, we were looking at our watch list going, there's nothing to watch. I mean, it's amazing to me how often that happens, right? Where you can have a day where you start with nothing to watch, and it's still works out great. Often better than when you've got a big watch list.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah, for sure. Today was definitely one of those days. I had a bunch of charts on my screen from yesterday, and I ended up with most of them being the same ones I watched today. Workhorse,
Right.
Space, changed a few of them up, but Donkey Kong and SRNE were ones that I stuck with. Yeah, SRNE looks really interesting on a daily too. But it's up big today. So maybe SPY, let's see what SPY does here. It tried to pop up, and now it's looking like getting a bit of a sell here.
Come on,
There we go.
AMD. You're just teasing me now.
Are you long or short?
No, I was short, but then it came up. I was short from 82.47, and it came up to touch 82.49, and it stopped me out. And then, I mean, I got a partial, and then it stopped me out. But now it's making the big run, and that's just, come on. That's my jilted lover right there. That's the AMD.
Oh, so it's AMD giving us the thumbs down.
Maybe. For whatever reason, I've aggravated it. Did you?
Okay.
Oh, you said you were going to. Oh, I want to see the trade. Yeah, you were saying how you were going to take it. Right. Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you can see how it kind of held that moving average. Yeah, right below there.
Good.
You can see that moving average. Which one? Which one do you want to make darker? Yeah, you could. Yeah, you can make it darker. You just have to,
Thicker or the color, or I do
yeah,
that all
just
the time.
increase the width. Increase the width. Increase the width. Yeah. There you go. Still needs more. Too bad you can't make it. Too bad you can't make it flash. Very thick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wow. I'm glad I got out of. I'm glad I got out of Donkey Kong. It hit the previous day close, and man, it rejected it hard. So that's the 200. That is the
Well, at
200
least-
moving average, though, right? Hmm. Well, you can, on a stock, you can look at what they call the beta, which is, a lot of stocks, you can look at that indicator, and it just gives you an indication of how that stock moves in relation to the market. So if you have a very low beta, that would be a more conservative stock. So if a low beta of like 0.5 would mean that a stock moves if the index moves down 1 percentage point, a beta of half would be would only move half a point down, and vice versa. So lower beta stocks typically are more conservative. Obviously, the higher beta ones are the ones that move more strongly correlated, and even a higher correlation to your index. It is 12:42 on the coast, on the west coast. You were in San Diego? You weren't down in down in San Diego for the meetup, right? Nice. Nice. But okay, so you're not in Portland now. Camarillo. Okay. Head back up. Okay, so Tesla's gone red on the day. NEO's still hanging around 21. Boy, if NEO comes out with some bad numbers, this thing's going to drop like a stone, because it's run up. It has run up so much. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they're going to, but I'm just saying there's a lot of good news baked into this into NEO right now. So Caesars was had a big run up, and I guess I traded that at one point today. Yeah, everything's opening back up. So there we go. NEO is just not going to be stopped here today. Yeah, well, that's the other thing too, Random. I mean, sometimes, we've seen recently, as I mentioned already, good news is sometimes baked into these. So when the actual news does come out, often we've seen a few cases where things have sold off after. Speaking of which, I'm just curious, what is Nike? Yeah, like for example, Nike, when they purported, the high was pretty much where we opened, and now it's 130, and now it, pulled back on the day they reported. After they reported, next day, same thing, and then we kind of got some bottoming after that. So, kind of 3-day rule, let things settle out. So let's see if we get a bounce on the SPY here, because it's right at some moving averages right now on the 5-minute.
Just as
Peter's silent. I think he's in a trade.
Yeah. Just I just shorted. I shorted something.
You just shorted something.
I'm afraid to tell you what I shorted.
I think people that know you already know what you shorted.
Yeah, actually, Mike's right. I shorted Neo.
Oh, see.
And, it's pulled right back here though. That's I don't like that so much. But let's see.
Should I jump in there and short 10,000 shares to push it down for you?
Yeah, please. The average volume, Brian, the average volume per minute here is about a little over 500,000 shares. So if you do about 300,000 or 400,000, actually, I'd appreciate
that. That'd put a dent in that, eh? Yeah, I've shorted it.
Yeah.
That was my 3 shares that just went through there.
Okay, wait to see that. Well, that worked wonders. You got 5 cents anyway. You're gonna take a partial at this moving average.
Yeah, we got 5 cents on it.
Yeah. Those are, oh yeah, it's not a. Yeah. Oops. Oh, look at that. That's not good.
Just jumped back up again. I was sitting at 90. I didn't get a fill.
Those are 3 powerful shares there.
Yeah, well, they they had my name on. They had my name on them.
Oh yeah, written right on the certificate. Do they even issue? Are there such a thing as a stock certificate anymore? They don't even issue those, do they?
No. Well, I think.
I know. No.
Well, I do. I do have some. I do have some stock certificates.
Do you? I think if you require them, you can still get them, can't you? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. And if you get paper, here I can. Yeah, here's a stock certificate, 500,000 shares of Mantra Energy, which is 500,000 shares is absolutely worthless.
Yeah, it's worth the paper, is it?
It's not. It's probably not worth the paper it's written on. Yeah, but I had 500,000 shares.
I'm taking a little bit more off here just in case we don't get any lower, but I'm going to hold the rest here. Hopefully get down to 2080. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. I'm still sitting at 90 here. Come on, fill me.
You should get filled now. No?
Yeah, got filled. I got partial. Okay. We've got a partial. Got a partial fill. Oh, there you go. Got the rest of it. There. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, 2 shares, and I was waiting for that last one. There you go. Oh, Beyond just popped a little bit. Oh, and the SPY. Look at that. Well, the SPY just popped. I'm glad I got out of Neo here. It's probably going to pop back up again.
There we go.
Wow.
Now we're talking. Taking a little more off Neo. Beauty.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sitting at 80 here. See if we get there.
Brian, you're not supposed to use the whole numbers, right?
Well,
Anyways, that's my rule. Maybe
I was thinking about 70. I was thinking about 77, but
yeah, then now you're going below it. But all right, I always put it. Yeah. I always take my partials a couple of pennies up because I've seen it too many times. It gets so close and then bounces, right? And I'm not doing that.
Spy is back at the view app. And it's going to come back up again. Yeah. Yeah, Tesla is popping. So is Beyond. Beyond the Meat is going. It's going crazy.
Beyond the Meat. It's going back. Beyond is going back up. I got my little Beyond burger up in the corner there. Gotta go eat it.
Wow, that's one heck of a candle there, eh? Look at that. Look at that doji. What a this is really somebody got a somebody did a market order and got a ugly fill on that one. Oh, there we go. See, look at that, Peter. Look at that. See, I should have been at 77.
There you go.
It's gonna
do it with conviction.
It'll bounce. It's gonna bounce here.
Excellent. Okay.
Wow. I am short natural gas too, which is I was looking at KOLD.
Hey guys, did you hear that Neo's cars exploded? I'm just making things up. That's not true.
Peter.
I'm just kidding. Oh wait, we're on
Peter.
YouTube. I'm bad.
Yeah, Peter.
Sorry.
See, you're like one of those short seller guys. You're like
dear stock twits.
Yeah, it's like you're like one of those short seller guys.
I know. I'm gonna produce a report.
Yeah.
Says something ridiculous. Yeah, this is not investment advice.
Yeah. Did you hear you have to, the only way a Neo car runs is by going downhill.
Okay. Let's see. Is this where we get the bounce? We're doing pretty good now. Seems unlikely it's going to be able to make it all the way back up 30 cents. But I guess it could. We'll see. What have I got?
It's at a prior. It is at a prior level of support, about 20 minutes ago. So it could well bounce here, or if it doesn't, then it's going to flush probably. Probably get another 15-cent flush on it.
There's enough volume here that I'm hoping that it's going to encourage others to
get out of it.
To get out. It's been a strong day. Yeah, it's up 10% though. When it's up over 10% on the day, it shows that there's enough people that are invested. They're not probably not getting it. Yeah. Well, oh well. All I can do is hang on for the ride now. So.
Yeah, highest volume on red candles. You're right there. There is some. A lot of the volume is coming in on the sell side. There is not a lot of, in terms of volume shelf, price and volume. There's nothing but blue sky above here.
What was interesting on the SPY today, we're only at 50% RVOL, so the volume was actually low on trading the SPY. Most of the stuff, like my AMD, was up over 100% all day. I see it's come down a bit. It's at 115. It was up around 124.25 earlier. But so we've had some weird, like Apple. Look at Apple volume, 52%. It's pretty low. Some of the big names seem to be trading low volume, which tells me that the big money. And it makes sense, I suppose, to what you guys were just talking about. The big money's probably sitting on the sidelines today, which is why we didn't have many movers this morning, and waiting for the debates, right, to see if there's significant impact. They probably don't want to make any big moves because who, like you said, the debate is a complete like I don't think anybody knows, will it have no impact on the market? Will it have a strong impact one way or the other? Like, it's just, I think it's impossible to tell.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think the only way,
Mm-hmm.
the only way we'll know for sure is we'll wake up tomorrow and see what the market is giving us.
Exactly what the market thought about. Well, and even that, I would caution everybody. Even that could be very. What am I trying to say? It could give you the wrong impression. So this is just Peter's opinion. But tomorrow morning, no matter what the market does pre-market, if it's way up or way down or sitting at break even, to me, I don't think that's necessarily indicative of what's going to happen during the day. Because again, most of the big money is not going to make the move pre-market, unless it was so significant that then you're starting to see like massive volumes pre-market. But assuming that we're sort of normal pre-market volumes, I would say anything can still happen once that bell rings. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. Just like today. Today was kind of nobody knew which way things were going. Nothing looked great, but then we had some good moves today.
Trade of the day, since we got a couple minutes left.
So I thought you said you were going to quickly throw up.
No. That could be. I could end up doing that at some point today.
That would be cool.
It is a little bit hotter than normal, and I did run a little bit later than I normally do. But for now, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
So, but today's trade of the day goes to RN for their trade on Penn reversal. Fighting through all the craziness of the market this morning. I was able to get an entry using Fibonacci levels and rising volumes, so something typically that we don't use. Partialing up, utilizing your fib levels as well as your support and resistance levels and moving averages. Got 4 nice partials added in on number 6, got a couple more partials on 7 and 8, and then got out all the way at 10 at the new break even, and when it lost the VPOC and the 50 SMA. So excellent trade by RN.
Yeah, nicely done. I what I see, of course, when I see this pattern, double top bouncing off of what I assume is their VWAP. I would have around 8. I would have been shorting this baby, but I wasn't watching it. Penn,
right about number really 8.
Well, so Penn had okay volume. I've been there. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm out.
MU.
Right, MU. MU is doing a little gyration here into the close. Neo, well, didn't do much. All right, so that's good. Happy with that trade. Another good way to end the day.
Peter, Peter has got is our closing bell trade expert, obviously.
The closer.
Helping, you're the closer, yeah. Seem to be.
Yeah, that
I've never.
No, I don't understand California. I've done that. It's nuts.
Which the 405 is the one that runs north south, right? Through, or is that the one that runs out to Anaheim?
Oh, because MU.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Santa Monica, big drop down. Look, yeah, I know. I've been on that highway, Ventura Highway. Look,
Robin, I'll have to think about that, Robin. How to teach how to trade the last 30 minutes. I don't know what to teach because I don't actually know what I do. I just
you're just looking for a pattern and you're trading it. It's not. I don't think you're deviating from your playbook. You saw that topping.
I mean, you're right. I guess not significantly, Ryan, but the patterns are certainly less mature, right? I'm not looking for as many indicators. It's much simpler, I think. So. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it helps that I'm short biased because you notice almost all of my trades into the close are short. And that's just because that's what I prefer. So, and I basically just take advantage of that sell off into the close that happens, especially on stocks that have had a good move. So,
yeah. So MU is really just chop around the close here. Does look like maybe it's still trying to find the direction.
It makes the action of the day look like dead flat.
Yeah.
Shows you how little MU actually moved.
I can't hear this. The squawk guy's not saying anything. I'm just wondering what were the numbers.
Yeah, I don't actually see them yet in our news feed.
Yeah. Regeneron shares halted on pending news. Ooh, what is that? F cell. That's probably going to be not a good thing. They've just report they're doing a 31 million share offering.
That's
So it beats EPS was 108, beats the 99 estimate. Sales 6.06 billion versus the 5.89 billion estimate. So slight beat on both top and bottom line.
Wow, that took guts. Flourishing we. That's a crazy trade. Because if you actually look at that trade, you bought in at 51.20-ish, let's just say, had to hold all the way through a pullback down to almost 49.80 before getting out like 40 cents up at 51.60. Like that's, I don't know, the risk to reward is terrible, but I mean,
well, when it's jumping around like that. Yeah, when it's jumping around like that, really all you can do is try to pick a pullback and level and sit there and hope it doesn't keep going. AMD is not really reacting much to this report.
AMD doesn't really care what MU does. Is my experience.
What about NVIDIA's not really doing much?
AMD will care what Intel does, but it doesn't seem to really care about what MU does.
Yeah. Intel has. I noticed that there's a fair. I don't know if this is indicative, but there's quite a few companies that are doing share offerings at these high prices, elevated prices. OMI just jumped in an offering.
Well, I guess if you want to raise money, might as well
do it now.
Do it now. I mean, but you're right, Brian. It would indicate, if they're doing it now, that they believe there isn't a lot more upside, right? Or they would probably be pushing it a little bit.
Yeah. What else is going on? Q316 estimate. Sales.
That opening trade in Beyond was beautiful.
LAD. Yeah, Beyond was a nice, that was just a classic, just slight pullback at the open, opportunity to jump in. Just ride it higher.
Yeah, I didn't get in. I mean, not like Thor did. Holy macaroons, did Thor ever nail that trade? But yeah, I got in at like 163.20, and it was very happy with that. Thor got in below 160, I think. He got in right at that, right on the spot, like bottom.
Yeah, you know that's just such a really pretty predictable pattern. You know, a gap up on a stock like Beyond, which has a known, sort of cult following, tendency to move. So, and it was gapping up on that news. So you knew it was destined to bust out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe the excitement's over here.
I think so. There's just no excitement.
There's no excitement. Where's the passion?
Where's the passion? Dagnammit. I see your Neo's back up at 29. There's no passion here. All right. Well, Piton finished over the $100 level.
Apparently, we're all old prospectors. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Wow. My short on natural gas worked out today. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go grab some lunch because I'm getting a little hungry. But I'm sure we'll be watching MU at the Open tomorrow. It's still just chopping. Excuse me. All right. Well, Peter, you're off to enjoy a scotch now.
I'll be a good boy. I will not have one. I have to.
Okay.
Got to be lucid for this evening. So.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And I have to drive.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Well, good luck with that. I've done that many a time. So I wish you well. Although I just go to Toronto, not LA, but it's a 4-hour drive. So
yeah. So
acting is a terrible business, isn't it? When you do.
Oh yes.
Like you. Yeah, 4.5. I did 4.5 hours each way for a 5-minute, 5-minute
audition, right?
Audition, yeah, terrible.
Yeah. So
So do
it's all
you
good though.
do you stick the Doors cassette in the player and blast L.A. Woman as you're driving down?
No, I don't. I don't do that, but maybe I should do that today
Maybe you should.
as I'm going,
All right.
especially when I hit
I'm
the
not sure that's
traffic.
appropriate.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's your
All right,
Johnny
guys.
Run
Have a great night.
maybe that's not appropriate.
Yeah. All right. Have a great evening, Brian.
Have a great
And everybody out on YouTube,
buddy.
thank you for joining.
Yes, indeed.